Alright, hello YouTube, hello everybody on the other side of the screen, what's good? I hope everybody's doing good. So today, we're gonna go over my deadlift progression from June of 2020 to January of 2021. This is my 8-month journey of going from literally never deadlifting, trying out deadlifting for my first time on June 11th, and currently I just deadlifted 635. So yeah, this is gonna be pretty interesting. I hope you guys can learn something from it, and I'm gonna go through exactly how I trained and how I was able to grow my deadlift. Little disclosure though, like I am no deadlift expert. I didn't even really take it seriously for a little bit of the time. I didn't even my training was so all over the place. I didn't even necessarily take deadlifting seriously until later in the year. And I'm honestly deadlifting for fun. I really enjoy it. A lot of people, want to deadlift to compete, so they're much more structured than the way I was training. But it's still cool to look back and reflect on my progression and see exactly how I was able to grow my deadlift. Alright, so it honestly all started for me in June, around June, because I honestly never deadlifted. My gym partner, Serge, went to the gym one day and he's like, hey, I want to see how strong my deadlift is. He never deadlifted either, and he just wanted to know how much he can deadlift. And the reason we didn't deadlift is because we kept saying, the risk to reward is just not there, so it's not worth it for us to deadlift. And we kind of just focused on squatting. It was like that. Honestly, squatting was our biggest focus in the past year, and we wanted to obviously increase our bench, and just get bigger in general. Side note, we started working out in September of 2019. So by June, we still aren't even a year into basically working out consistently. And right now, I'm basically at a year and a half of consistent working out. So kind of like a backstory and kind of give you guys the deets before we dig in. Alright, so in this first clip here, this is June 11th. This was my first time trying to go heavy. Before this, I think I've only deadlifted like two or so times before, and it was always kind of 2 plates, maybe 3 plates tops, and I'll go for one, and it wouldn't be heavy, but I was like, yeah, I don't want to injure myself or whatever, and I never went heavy. But after Surge went heavy, I was like, let me see how heavy I can go. This is my first time, and I hit 545. Oh no, sorry. So I hit 515, and I don't have the clip of the 515, which sucks. I don't know where I put it, but this was 5 plates, which was 495. Come on. Sumo felt amazing for me. Up and yeah, I was pretty hyped because I deadlifted more than my partner. But then here it was a 545 pull, and yeah, you can just see how ugly. You can see how ugly my form is. It was my first time going heavy. I don't know much about deadlifting. I don't know, a lot of tricks and tips on how to get better form or all that. This is just pure strength, kind of just me going at it. So I failed 545. I was okay with that. My friend at the gym there, he was just hyping me up. He's like, bro, you're super strong, this is crazy, this is your first time going heavy, you should take deadlifting seriously. So that was really hype, and that definitely got me pretty motivated. Alright, this next clip is me attempting a 545, I think a week later, because I was like, maybe I'll be able to do it this time. So you can just see that my form definitely needs work. You can see my lower back rounding off a little bit, and I just feel like, just in general, I was just not ready to be able to deadlift that way, with my literally no experience, just kind of going in at it, And this is honestly the physique that I was working with. This was maybe this flexing video, I think, is within a week of that deadlift, and you can see that I'm in pretty good shape. I was at 205 pounds. We were training. I actually look pretty decent here. Wow, I look good, not bad. But yeah, we were training pretty hard. But our goal was to basically just squat really heavy, not really focus on deadlift. We obviously wanted to grow our chest and have a bigger bench. Yeah, so I think in July, I don't have much clips from July, and honestly I don't know why I don't have much clips from July. I really don't know what we were doing in July. So I think in July we basically might have deadlifted once or twice. And I think in July, I was kind of motivated to see if I can raise my, like, you know, increase my deadlift. And I would go to the gym and I would do 4s or 5s, so, you know, a couple sets of 4 or 5. And I remember there was one time where I went to the gym and I was like, I'm gonna just go conventional, you know, just to strengthen my lower back. And I was doing 4 plates conventional on a stiff bar for 4 or 5, and I wasn't wearing a belt at the time. And I remember for one of the pulls, I was halfway up and I felt a little release of something in my stomach. It kind of felt like it scared me, you know, because I'm like, crap, hernia. Literally halfway through the pull, I feel a little, I'm like, oh crap, that's hernia, you know, that's a hernia. So I just dropped the weight, and I remember I was like super sketched out. I just take the weight off the bar, put the weights away, and I just walk out and go home. And like, I think that kind of freaked me out. And then I think that's why I don't have videos of me deadlifting in July, because after that I was kind of freaked out and I was just trying to get strong super quick, or like I was just trying to deadlift a lot of weight really quick without really properly working, I guess, on my form. And I was already like super hyped, you know, because I was lifting so much. But yeah, that's probably the reason why I wasn't deadlifting in July. And then in August, I think I deadlifted once or twice again. I started doing trips, or, you know, 4 or 5 again. And I think I only deadlifted once or twice before these next clips.
Let's go. Get up!
That was like, I don't even know, like 515, 5 plates, 10 and a 5. 525. Oh, it was a 525 pull there. So yeah, that went up really, really easily. I think just a week and a half, it was like 2 weeks before this, I pulled 545. So, or it might have been even more, like it might have been like 3 weeks before this, but I pulled 545. And I remember I was like, I really want to pull 6 plates. When I pull 6 plates, I'll be happy. And like, you know, six plates, it's 6 plates. It's not, it's a, you know, it's a lot of weight. And my friend is like, hey, make sure we're using a deadlift bar. It's a little bit easier. So I'm like, all right, let's go. So yeah, this was the pull.
Look out!
Obviously, the form is not perfectly there, but I get it up. I was just so hyped. I was so hyped, and you can just see how happy I am here. We were using like a pretty, like, you know, pretty decent like belt, nothing special. Like we didn't have, you know, like a powerlifting belt at the time. That was super motivating. I like, cause I felt strong, you know. And besides that, like I looked pretty good at this point. Like I was, you know, building some pretty serious muscle. I think I was around like 208 now, like 209. So I went up in weight. I was putting on muscle. We were training super hard, still focusing only on our squats mostly. You know, like we really wanted to increase our squats last year, and we did. But that kind of took away from deadlifting and other things. After that, I think we started working with a trainer. His name was Kenny, and we were thinking of potentially going to like a powerlifting meet at this point. So we started being a little more serious about our lifts. Well, we were starting to be more serious about powerlifting at this point. And I remember Kenny gives us a program, but his program wasn't really focused on strength yet, because I think he was just trying to get us more balanced before we get into a powerlifting program. That's what he was saying. But this session here was on October 22nd. This is 4 months into honestly me trying to deadlift heavy, and I was able to pull 615. So you will see how better my form is in this video. My form is just significantly better. So we threw on 645 because he was like, oh, you know, you should try to go super heavy. and I like obviously just could not lift that. That was just way too heavy. So yeah, that was me hitting 615. I was pretty happy. A big difference, honestly, okay, so the biggest change I made at this point was I really improved my form. I'm like super wide in these, but I had the bar right against my leg, whereas before this I had the bar further from my shins. So I was kind of like, it was an awkward pull instead of me pulling straight up with like, you know, with basically a tighter back. I was using a little more legs now, and that helped me because my legs are very strong. So that's something that's, you know, that's in my advantage here. So yeah, that was pretty cool. And then I remember after this, I was like super motivated to try to see if I could hit that 635. I wasn't really doing any structured work to improve my deadlift, but I was still deadlifting fairly heavy. I was going to like, you know, my 9 RPE, I was going to my ARPE. I was trying to see if I can, you know, deadlift 6 plates as quick as possible. But these clips here are of us at Zoo Culture. So this is us at Zoo Culture. And you can see this is a 5-plate conventional pull by me. Oh, this is a 545 pull conventional. This was after I hit the 627, which you'll see in a second. But yeah, that felt pretty good. I mean, you can see that I'm significantly stronger at this point. This is November, end of the month of November. It was like the last week of November, basically. This clip here is me going for this is me going for 625. So
Let's go, push it.
Brad was watching me, Bradley Martin, and you can just see how I shake. I was just not ready to deadlift that weight, but you know,
There you go.
if Bradley's watching, you gotta lift it up. And my boys are hyping me up, and I told him the day before that I want to go for a PR, so it'd be cool if he gets the video because we're shooting a YouTube video. And yeah, I just had to lift that up. I was like shaking. It was bad. I for a while on my really heavy lifts for like 2 months or so, I was kind of like shaking when it got to my knees were a little higher, and you'll see that in a couple of videos. Like if you watch the Lightning Fitness, our first Lightning Fitness video, or you can actually watch the whole session of us as Zoo Culture. We have 2 videos of us as Zoo Culture on the channel. So yeah, that was that. But at this point, honestly, so this is kind of what my physique looked like. My physique. I was pretty good. This was kind of like my shape in early December, end of November. You can see how much I developed compared to, you know, the summer physique. Like at this point I was building more muscle, I had better composition, I was significantly stronger in general, and I think that's like a big reason why I was just getting stronger overall. Okay, and then November was a tough month for me because I really wanted to push myself and, you know, obviously break through and get that 635. But I was feeling so plateaued, like I was just not getting stronger for whatever reason. And so I took some time and just started focusing on trying to get more reps at the higher numbers. So more reps with 6 plates, more reps with, you know, 5 plates, and just, you know, getting more reps, just getting stronger. And I was just kind of hoping that eventually I will, you know, break past 635. And I did a little bit of research and realized that doing heavy trips, doubles is going to be my best friend in trying to increase my deadlift. This is December 3rd, so I went for 585 for 5.
Come on, one more. Whoa. Up.
Which was crazy. I mean, I was so hyped. Like 585 for 5 was huge for me because, you know, just a couple months ago I was doing it for 1. So doing it for 5 was pretty cool. And this is January 15th.
Let's go. Let's go. Get mad. Up.
But yeah, I still could not pull that 635. It just did not want to go up. And you'll see in this video here how I'm able to rip it off the ground, but I just can't lock out. Like I get into like that position where it's next to my knees and I just start to shake, but I just could not lock out, which obviously sucked. This clip here of me in mid-January with 5 plates, you could just see how easy that pull is. You know, I've done it before, but I think I did it for I was doing it for reps. So yeah, I think I did it for 5 because my worker partner did it for 5. And you know, not the ideal form. Oh, that might have been for less, for 4. I don't even know. But yeah, 5 plates for reps here. Okay, I did 60. Okay, so this 605 for 3, which happened 2 days ago. Alright, so this was January 26th. I did 605 for 3 because Serge is like, bro, you have to try to rep the high numbers. That's the only thing you're gonna. That's the only thing that's gonna help. And I'm like, okay. And honestly, 605 versus 635, it's so close. And I was able to do it for 3, and that got me so hyped. But and guess what? This was the day where after that I was like, okay, I have to go for 635. So I set up. I'm like, I gotta get this thing up. You know, I get tight, and then it just goes straight up. I shake at the end to help me kind of lock out, which is honestly not a perfect rep. But I think that even if I didn't shake there, I would be able to get it up. And next time I deadlift, I'm gonna try my best to stop shaking to help me lock out, because it's kind of like cheating. I want to just do it quicker, you know. So I'm kind of and it's not really safe for your back. So yeah. What really helped me right now, like what has been helping me in the past couple weeks, was to definitely just focus. I mean, so I'm deadlifting twice a week now. On Tuesday, usually I'll do like I'll do trips or doubles. So I'll do like 4 sets of trips or doubles after I warm up. Nothing like, so I'll probably do my 85%, and just get those reps in. And then on Saturday, I'll go a little bit heavy, maybe go doubles. Like that's kind of my structure. And literally every 2 or 3 weeks, we try to see if we can break past the previous PR. And like I said, this is not the ideal way to, maybe not the ideal way to deadlift, but it's still pretty cool to see how I've progressed from June to now. And my goal this year is to try to get 700, but the only way I can do that is if I have a more structured workout program. And if I don't, just try to go for PRs, because honestly, the friend group that I have, when we go to the gym, we just go for PRs. It's not good. Like that's not the right way to train. But it's just so fun to just try to lift heavy, see how much you can do. My form is improving, and I'm just getting stronger. And you know, I'm just the more I work out, the better it's gonna get. I know there's genetic cap, but you know, I still think I have a long way to go before I reach it. So it's gonna be a really exciting year, so we'll see what happens. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, I hope I provided some information. I hope you guys can learn something from it, and I hope that you guys found it interesting. And you know, subscribe if you liked it. Follow the Instagram, ventheathlete, and you guys can stay more engaged with the progress there. You know, stay up to date with how everything is going, how the development progression is going, how the gym progression is going. So please leave a like and comment for the YouTube algo. And guys, thank you very much for watching if you got to this far, and I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I'll see you in the next one.